Rock the boat, baby.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our Geeky podcast for this week. This is, of course, the podcast where we talk about everything we are geeking out about. As per usual, my name's Alex Brett, and I'm joined by the lovely, talented, and bearded Mr. Ryan Berry over yonder.
What's good, everybody?
And Ash.
Beautiful.
I would like to say I have talents.
Like?
I don't know what they are.
Cool.
But, yeah.
Well, do we
I
know
was
they
expecting
exist
a
then?
little bit more of an enlightenment there. You think about that.
I'm just gonna...
You think about that
I'm just
today.
gonna keep looking straight.
Your homework is to come up with your talents.
Good luck with that.
F.
You're gonna need it.
F is the letter that you get.
I feel like already you're just, like, berating me. Just, like, beat me down so I could come back up. But...
Are you just getting... Like, we were doing that before the camera started rolling.
this is also true.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, like, it's like, you spend so much time down, and it's just like, are we really beating you down anymore?
Exactly right. It's just more like...
At your age, it's so hard to stand up that...
You know?
Anywho, what is good, boys? What's going on? Alex, what's new, buddy? What's going on?
Not a ton. Just been chilling, mainly getting through Pokemon Ultra Sun for the minute. Playing that because, you know, I loves me Pokemans. Hence, what? You got a problem with that?
No, I got a problem. I got a quarrel.
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I love my Pokemans. So, just been playing that. Just got through the, I think the fire trial on there. Evolved started, I'm in sort of the midpoint of the game where, you know, my Pokemon are just kind of starting to evolve, starting to get strong. I just evolved my special Rockruff into the dusk form of Lycanroc, which I'm assuming, knowing you, there'll be a picture above it. Let's put a picture right here.
That's usually where the
I know
photos
what
end up.
Lycanroc is.
So this
Exactly.
is the Pokemon that he's speaking
This
of.
is the dusk form of Lycanroc.
I hate you.
Well, that was unnecessary.
Oh, God.
Just for that, here's a couple more photos to fill this space. Enjoy those.
Just for the rest of the episode, if we need to put anything, just put it right
yeah.
here. That
I'm assuming at this point
There.
that's what I'm actually here for. Just like
what?
Believe me, if I wanted something to put photos on, I would not choose you. There would be a nice presentation board. There would be a green screen.
Mm-hmm. There are
Not
several
Ash.
better options than you.
I need to leave after this. It's really
Holding photos, not the talent we're after.
No. So we can cross that off the list. That's
Okay.
not one of
It's
them.
not a thing.
That's
It's
not
a
one of
thing.
them.
Okay, cool.
Not one of your talents.
So Ultra Sun and Moon.
No.
Continue.
I haven't started Ultra Sun. Were you listening? I've only been playing Ultra Sun. I haven't started Ultra Moon yet.
All right, so Ultra Sun, what are we getting that's a little bit different than the previous ones? Why is I need to know this because I haven't played the new Pokemans. I haven't delved into that realm. Like my knowledge of Pokemon stops at like X and Y. So
Okay.
I need to know like these games keep coming out. Besides new Pokemon, what's the appeal? What's
Okay,
the...
well, I suppose in comparison with like X and Y and a bunch of the previous games, the biggest difference with the game set in the Alola region, so including Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, is there's no traditional gyms. Like there's no you get your 8 gym badges and then battle the Elite Four and the champion.
Okay.
That has kind of gone out the way in favor of island trials. So
Alright.
they're a little bit different. So some of them you'll be facing like a trainer and doing like a little bit different things. Excuse me. Other ones you'll be facing a totem Pokemon, which is kind of like a souped up, powered up version,
boss
and
battle.
a physically bigger version
Yep.
of one of the Pokemon in the area. So the first one in Ultra Sun is a Gumshoes, which is kind of like a ferret that looks like Donald Trump. If you look at the Pokemon, it legitimately kind of looks like Trump. Then the next one was an Araquanid, and then the last one was an Alolan Marowak. That's the other big thing about the Alola region, is there's some regional variations of
I think I've
previous
seen
Pokemon.
that. There's like a surfing Pikachu or something.
Raichu.
Yeah,
So
Raichu,
so there's Alolan forms of Pokemon, which is kind of, because in Pokemon, evolution is just like this thing turned into this other thing. In real life, evolution is more like this thing adapts to its environment
Correct.
and then becomes better suited to that.
Yep.
It's kind of like that in Alola. So we get like real life evolution in Pokemon, which is really cool. So like there's Vulpix and Ninetales are now ice types, like ice and fairy types. The same with Sandshrew and Sandslash because they live in this like snowy mountain part of Alola. And you know, Raichu is electric and psychic, and it like surfs on its. Alolan Raichu is goddamn adorable, by the way. Alolan Raichu is freaking adorable. Yeah.
What's the deal with the long neck Executor?
Well, because that's more like a palm tree. So there's a couple of different.
What is its class now then? Like, is it still
it's still grass, but it's grass dragon now. It's the
so the
Alolan
long neck's
Executor
made
is
it a
grass
dragon type.
Yeah, kind for some reason, like whatever. But yeah, and again
giraffes
that
are
comes
dragons.
down to more like. So like there's palm trees that you'll find in sort of like I think in more in Asia that are a little bit like shorter and stumpier like classic Executor was. And then Alolan Executor was more like the like Pacific palm trees which are much higher.
Yep.
Which this type you'd see in like Hawaii, which is what Alola is very heavily based off. So yeah, that sort of is the reason that you've got those different things. So again, it's becoming adapted to its environment, which is really cool. In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there are some other bits and pieces. Like the story has been changed slightly from the original Sun and Moon. I haven't gotten all the way through it, so I can't tell you exactly all the differences. It does feel a lot more streamlined, I'd say. There are parts that feel a bit snappier, which is good. Rather than, you know, getting stuck in those big drawn out boxes of text, which like story's good, but when you're you know, there's points where you just want to kind of all right, I want to play now. Which those have been like they're getting the story across, but it doesn't feel as arduous to get through those bits of story. So yeah, it's a Pokemon game, so I'm definitely enjoying it thus far. So yeah, I'm keen to see all the other new stuff. I know it's been announced that Team Rocket as Team Rainbow Rocket appears in somewhere. Obviously, it'll be later in the game. I'm keen to see their involvement because it's going to be good to see Giovanni in a Pokemon game for the first time in like however many years. So that'll be cool.
Last one was Heart Gold and Soul Silver. If you did like the main, I guess after the main story, there is a scene where he actually takes part. He wants to go back to Team Rocket. But you actually stop him from actually joining up, and that's why the reason in old Gold and Silver why they don't ever see Giovanni. It's like sort of a weird, interesting backstory.
Yeah, the time travel bit in post story. Yeah.
There you go. There's the talent. Achievement unlocked. Useless game facts.
Trust me, I have a lot of useless facts.
We don't want to hear them right now.
No.
So. All right, so Pokemon, beautiful, ticking off the boxes there. TV shows, are you up to date with any TV shows?
No. The only show I've gotten up to date with recently is because we did a marathon of like the start of this season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's about the one thus far in this.
It still holds up.
My new partner, a tarantula. I call him Jake Jr., a.k.a. Spidey Klume, a.k.a. Mrs. Doubt Spider, a.k.a. Joe Spiden, a.k.a. Tarantula Bassett, a.k.a. Spidermit Mulren.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine still probably like all over is probably my favorite show on TV at the minute because it's consistently funny. It's hilarious. Every character's brilliant. From like Jay Brower as Captain Holt, and like you've got Terry Crews and
it's
Andy
a great
Samberg.
cast.
It's a fantastic cast and like really well written and performed, obviously. So it's really my favorite show on TV at the moment. So I just caught up on that. I still need to catch up on all of the superhero stuff. I'm that far behind. I don't know why. I guess I just don't have that urge to watch it. In all honesty, as much as I did last season. I don't know.
I guess to be all for it every week.
I mean, I still like the shows. I just haven't. It just hasn't been my priority. I guess.
Yeah, I've kind of fallen into the same basket. Like I'm not that fussed if I miss an episode when it comes out. Like I'm more invested. Like I watched Punisher, which I'll touch on in a bit. But I'm more invested in shows like The Good Doctor and Supernatural and stuff like stuff that I've been watching for a while, or stuff that like The Good Doctor's a new show, but it's. As I said before, it's filling that hole that House left, and I'm loving it. So,
how do you find The Good Doctor? Well, sorry to interrupt.
I thoroughly enjoy it. Every episode makes you really emotionally relate to his character, and it's really it's like House with the genius sort of saves and the like the character sort of progression within the show. But you're getting it from a kid who's got autism.
I met Shaun Murphy when he was 14 years old.
Shaun! Just act like a normal human being.
He was, and he still is, an extraordinary young man.
Autism. Difficulty in communicating.
He's high functioning. He's capable of living on his own.
Difficulty in using language and abstract concepts. Does it sound like I'm describing a surgeon?
He's breathing. He saved his life. Who are you?
I'm Dr. Shaun Murphy. I'm a surgical resident at San Jose St. Bonaventure Hospital.
So
So I guess I'm sort of used to, and it shows my age, of a kid doctor being Doogie Howser, MD.
Yeah.
And
Geez, that does show your age. That came out when you were like, what, 25?
Well, I mean, in fairness, I don't know many other like kid doctor.
No. That doesn't happen very often.
No. Good
No.
reason, because you shouldn't give a child a medical license. But
That I think it's more like, yeah, you're mistaking him as a kid doctor. He's actually, he looks like a kid, like he looks young, but he's actually quite grown up now. He's like, I think the character himself, I think he's about going on, I think he's late 20s. So he just shaves all the time, so he looks young.
Yeah.
So you're just getting a kid who is more he's socially detached. He's not very emotional, or not emotional at all, really. Like, this is a perfect show for you. The more I describe it, except he's not old. But yeah, it's something I thoroughly enjoy watching, and it's made me relate to that. Like, not relate. It's made me empathize with the character so much, and it really puts this interesting view on what people who go through that condition, how they really are, and how in those certain situations where, like, they'll ask him a question, he won't respond because he doesn't like questions. He prefer to be led down the path of giving them an answer. So, like, stuff like that, or him coming to terms with the fact that his actions can really put some weight on a situation. So, like, in one of the more recent episodes, he's starting to make friends with his neighbor, who's a girl, and he doesn't really talk to girls, and he doesn't like being touched. But at the end of the episode, he said to her, he goes, "I made a mistake today, and someone got hurt." And she could tell he was upset, so she hugged him, and he let her hug him. So it shows you how this character is going from being someone who's so reserved and so unempathetic and unemotional with stuff, and how he's learning about himself, and he's letting people in, like, to how he couldn't before. So I'm loving watching that happen. I'm loving the way he's so innocently, like, has to pick up sarcasm and make jokes even though he doesn't really feel the need to. So it's a fun and heavily emotional show that it's well written. It's amazing.
Okay, so cool. I understand those shows.
But yeah, you understand the theory of the show.
The theory. Yeah.
Emotions, not so much. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying that. I'll jump back to Punisher, considering we're on the subject of TV shows. This TV series, it's a little bit darker than the other Marvel series are.
which I suppose that sort of comes with a
the
character
Punisher
like
story.
The Punisher, yeah.
All bar Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones is probably, with, like, the Purple Man, is kind of on the same level of darkness with this show. When I first started watching it, I was like, "This is awesome. This is probably going to be my favorite Marvel series so far."
I remember you specifically saying
that's
that.
probably my
like
quote.
that word
Yeah.
for word.
I'll quote that. Yeah, I did say that. So when I had high hopes for this, I was like, "This is awesome." But as I've continued to watch this show, it has slowly but surely fallen apart.
Okay.
It got you in initially with how badass Frank Castle was, and how he was reserved, and he was like, he didn't want to do things that he knew he could do, and he stayed back and he watched people, and he didn't want to get too involved with it because he'd already finished his whole Punisher thing by the time this show starts. He's taking care of the people he thinks he needs to take care of, and he's just going about his way, living in a depressed state, thinking about his wife and family dying. Every morning he wakes up with the same visions of that happening.
Okay.
and then he works on a construction site. He just breaks his wall all day to sort of let his anger out, and it's to show that he's got a lot of anger still left inside of him. And then events happen, makes him pick up the pedestal again. He never really, he still hasn't properly worn the Punisher skull again. Yeah. So I think that's going to be, the finale sort of thing. I still haven't, watched the final episode, but I think that's where it's going.
Okay.
But you're getting a show that it gets you in with how cool he is, and then it completely drags itself behind itself. It's just, you get these few episodes that you're like, yep, I'm invested, and then it's like, oh... yeah, we really didn't have a story lined up for this, did we? And it feels like they made it up as they went. And it's just like, oh yeah, he had a friend in the army, let's use that. We need a bad guy. He met a guy in the army, let's use that. And it's just like, everything is coming back to, I feel like I'm watching Arrow and his freaking island again. It's just...
The island is the real bad guy.
Yeah, and I feel like, his PTSD is the bad guy in this show. It's just, there's no proper antagonist. There's no proper guy like in Luke Cage where you get, I forget his name.
Cottonmouth? Or...
Yeah, you get Cottonmouth, who's a really, dark bad guy in that series. And you get the Purple Man and Jessica Jones, and Daredevil, you still get, you get the Kingpin and stuff. So you still get that, I was going to say Iron Fist, but that's not really worth watching. So
the writers. The writers are the
bad
guys.
Yeah, that's right. So in that circumstance, the writers are the bad guys for Iron Fist. But yeah, you don't get that bad guy in this. You don't get the guy that you really want him to take out. And I stopped opting for him when he became a whingy bastard halfway through. And I've just gone Frank Castle's up here for me, and then as this series goes on, I feel like he's falling apart, and him and Iron Fist should get together and do shit, because it's just you guys can whinge to each other. Just fucking have a sook. And that's what I'm at now. I just feel like he's not the Frank Castle that I always liked. He needs a mother's group with Iron Fist. That's where I'm at right now. And I'm just disappointed that's the way it went, because I had high hopes of Punisher, and I think everyone did, but I'm really not impressed.
Okay.
That's my opinion of Punisher. You have to take it as take it for yourself. Everyone needs to experience it themselves.
I'll try and I need to watch it, obviously, but I think Punisher will be one where I'll try and get through it, so I can try and get an opinion of it, rather than, because the other ones I can catch up sort of.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at with Punisher. That's sort of what I've been doing. What about yourself, Ash? We haven't heard from you in a while. I don't know why you don't talk more. That's enough. So you get allocated 3 words per episode, and you've used them.
That's it. Go.
Insert picture here.
Punisher.
I would rather watch Punisher right now. I'm sorry, I meant Iron Fist. So, now, what are you, games, TV, what's been going on? You've been taking control of the socials lately.
Yeah, so that's kept me busy quite throughout the night, but mainly I had a tragic thing about my PS4, and I lost all my save files. And
this interested me when you told me this, because it sounds like someone crawled up inside your profile, made it its bitch, and then left. It was just...
I don't know how he did it. I don't know what happened.
I feel like what happened on my Instagram. That's pretty much the same thing.
I just know that I now have to start a few of my games again. And so...
No.
But it's... It's okay, because I'm still really...
Are they games that are worth playing again?
I'm playing... Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh, well, the DLC's coming out soon, so you really can't complain
DLC's
about that. Oh, DLC will be out then.
So that's so I guess it was inadvertently it was a perfect time. So it's alright.
For shit to go wrong. If there was a time, it's now.
Exactly. So I guess Horizon was the big one that was affected. I haven't found too many others. Most of my stuff was in the cloud. And so thank the gods.
Did it get wet?
All the gods. But yeah, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn very heavily, and I still very much love that game.
Mm-hmm.
It's still one of the, if not the best PS4 game that's come out. It's just drawn me into it. I'm not even up to the Frozen Wilds yet. I still haven't hit that.
So
mark.
It's reinvested you again, because I'm pretty sure. Did you finish it the first time around?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I finished it as well, and I found by the time I got to the end of that game, I was like, I'm satisfied. This was a really enjoyable game to play. So I'm keen to see what the Frozen Wilds has in store, because I want to see if there's a lot that's different or there's a lot more that we can do.
I don't know. You definitely the skill trees change a little bit, so you get more skills. So you get to mess around with the robots a little bit more. So also in that because I haven't been to the Frozen Wilds, but I've looked on the map and how big it is. It does seem like it's going to take another, I'd say, good 6 to 8 hours worth of gameplay to try and do that. Which again, it's like that's well worth the money. Of what I paid. It's like I paid $30 and I'm getting an extra 8 hours worth of video.
Yeah, we have this discussion quite a bit around value for money with games nowadays, and being able to, like, I just saw, like, for the Black Friday sales that just happened, I'd be interested to know if you guys got any bargains that I missed out on, because there's so much that went on in the gaming world. Like, and then I saw COD was on sale for $54.
Yeah,
so
was that JB Hi-Fi or
something like that? It was, and I was like, you know what? Now I might invest. Now I might give COD a go, because I have played the others and I know people that are playing it online, and I hear the campaign's good. So I know you don't like first-person shooters.
$54 is too much for me for COD.
See, but to me that's perfect. That's fine, because
I'm sort of bleeding between both of you. Like, I understand, like, it's considerably cheaper, but I don't know if it's still enough to bring me back into the franchise.
Yeah. See,
I
I
mean,
haven't
for
bought
me,
it.
it's just not. But again, I'm the wrong person to ask about shooters. Like the shooter that I've played most extensively was probably the first Destiny.
Yeah.
I was with other people, with like our friend Bryce and stuff. So
and then you played Wildlands with us for a little while. Ghost Recon.
Oh yeah, Ghost Recon. That was alright. I feel like that was third person.
It's
that was
third
first
person.
shooter.
It's not first person.
I liked when we were playing Ghost Recon. I didn't mind that. The more like, because that was more. It wasn't just shoot stuff.
Yeah.
There was other things you could do.
We had actual missions and all
exactly.
that.
It kept it interesting more than just like
use your drone, Ash. Use your drone.
Yeah, be stealthy, Ash. The point of the mission is to be stealthy. Don't drive
Ash
in.
is hopeless.
5 minutes later.
We'll be able to get something done in like 10 minutes, and you're just like running guns blazing and exponentially make it more difficult.
Should have recorded some of those gameplays. It would have been fun.
So the world could, like, troll you to death, because you're the worst companion. You're like those kind of guys that you play Mario with and you pick them up and throw them off the edge. That's the kind of guy you are.
Not that bad.
You really are.
You wouldn't know. You don't have to play with you.
I play with me all the time. But anyway, that's another talk. Horizon Zero Dawn. Great game. Go if you have. I mean, if you want to reinvest yourself in it, trust me, it feels like a whole new game again.
Yeah.
It's well worth. And you even got it as well, and you didn't play it. Horizon Zero Dawn.
I did play it.
But did you finish it or
didn't finish it? No, I played it.
Definitely.
Because that was at the time when a couple of games came out, and you bought some on PS4.
Yeah, well, I bought like
the store.
700 games on the PS4. I bought because I bought like Ghost Recon Wildlands, and I bought Horizon Zero Dawn, and I bought Witcher 3 and Borderlands and War of the Monsters, and
90% of them haven't been finished.
A bunch of other games are sitting on my hard drive that I haven't even touched.
I even bought Borderlands because you said, "Hey, I would buy Borderlands," and I thought, "Oh, I'll buy it too. We'll play together."
Yeah, and then you never put any effort in to play with me.
I've been playing Borderlands by myself.
Well, thanks for letting me know. How am I supposed to play with you if I don't know you're bloody playing it?
I was okay.
I think the idea of playing with someone is if you let them know, I can play with you. But like, if you don't let me know you're playing it, how am I supposed to?
This is also a fault of my own because I thought
it's 100% a fault of your own.
Oh, he'll see I'm online. He'll see. He'll ask.
Exactly.
Look at the last time I was online with my PS4.
40 days ago.
Yeah.
He's not coming back. I'm just playing by myself.
You're sending him messages. Look, I tried. I'm gonna go back to killing this raider. But yeah, so there's a bit going on with us, but that's there's definitely we're only a couple of weeks away from Star Wars. There's going to be some huge content around that. We're only a couple of weeks away from our end of year special. So stay tuned. Let us know if you picked anything good up on Black Friday. If there's games that you suggest to us, we read the comments. We've always got Ash on socials, so if you got something that you want to say, you want to put it out there.
We do peek our heads in every now and again. So
we do monitor it, we look at it, but if you want a response and everything, that's probably going to come from this guy.
I'm saying we every now and again we can pick
every so often. If you do prefer to talk to us and not Ashley, just let us know.
Just mention specifically in there. Like,
just be like, this message was meant for not you,
not Ash.
So
He's whipping me on the back just to make sure I'm doing my job properly.
Hey, you have a cabinet office. Don't act like we treat you badly. That's it. You don't get a bowl of water tonight. I'm done. I'm done with this. But I'm pretty sure that wraps us up for today, boys. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, keep things glued to keep your papers glued to the channel because we've got some exciting stuff coming up. As Ryan was saying, we've got Star Wars, which we'll have our weekly episode dedicated to that when it does come out. So we're counting down the days. We're gonna do our marathon, by the way. We're gonna lock that in.
I don't know how we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it. Shut up. Stop being negative. Yeah, we'll do that and keep your eyes peeled. We'll have the end of year episode where we'll run down our top, like movies, TV, games, everything. Our biggest and best of 2017, which has been a pretty good year, especially for movies, as we've touched on. I think and games as well. There's been some really good stuff that comes out there. And then 2018, we have even more big things planned. We're growing the channel as much as we can, and we appreciate your help in doing so. So do all the subscribe-y, clicky things. There'll be a subscribe button down there with a thumbs up next to it if you're on mobile. Hit that if you want to know when we upload to get notified.
And share. Let other people know about it. If you like what you're seeing, share it around. Let them know. Because, yeah, we've got a lot more stuff coming. We've got some really awesome stuff lined up with the couple of well-known people, so just let us know.
The socials that he monitor: Facebook Our Geeky Podcast, Twitter @Our Geeky Podcast, Insta @Our Geeky Podcast. I'll put the links down in the comment section below. Other than that, appreciate the support. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Alex. He's Ash. That's Ryan. Peace out.
Peace.
Laters.